Scotties softball on WCLU 103.1 FM and AM 1490. And video streaming free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU and Scotties YouTube channels. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Right now.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars.
School to Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium as we have high school softball for you on the radio this afternoon. We're also, of course, on YouTube, so we invite you to join us there on our YouTube channel as well if you'd like to watch the ball game. But we've got the Glasgow Lady Scotties taking on the Adair County Lady Indians. Joe Myers alongside Matt Gum, who's going to help us out today with the broadcast. Adair County coming in here at 3-14 on the year. They're coming off a big 15-0 victory over Monroe County yesterday. Glasgow comes in here at 1-10 on the year. They lost in their last outing on Tuesday in a district contest to Allen County Scottsville here at home by a final score of 14-2 in 5 innings. These two teams have actually met one other time this year. That was a 15-0 victory for Adair County back on March the 19th. The Lady Scotties, however, have won 3 of the last 4 meetings, and going back to 2010, Glasgow has won 12 of 14 meetings against Adair County. We'll come back on the Don Franklin Auto pregame show and give you our starting lineups brought to you by TJ Regional Health. We're back after a 2-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
Welcome back here to Glasgow High School on the Don Franklin Auto Countdown to First Pitch. Let's give you the starting lineups for Glasgow and Adair County, brought to you by TJ Regional Health. First for Adair County. Batting first and pitching will be Jade Wagner. Catching and batting second is Gracie Gist. Allie Campbell, the designated player, she'll hit third. The cleanup hitter is Lily Walsh. She'll be in right field. In center field and batting fifth is Ellie Cheatham. Millie Brown will bat sixth. She'll be at first base. Playing shortstop and batting seventh will be Callie White. Hannah West is at third base. She'll bat eighth. And the number 9 hitter is the left fielder, Shelby Riley. As we said, Adair County is 3-14 on the year, and their head coach is Beth Veach. For the Glasgow Lady Scotties, batting first and catching will be Lucy Richardson. Ellery Haynes in center field will bat second. Number 3 hitter is the shortstop, Jakiley Green. Emery Gardner at third base will bat cleanup for Glasgow. Riley Strode, the number 5 hitter, will be the designated player. She'll be hitting today for the pitcher, Kerrigan Hagan. For the Lady Scotties in right field will be Kinsey Johnson. She'll be batting sixth. Batting seventh, and at second base is Natea Lightfoot. Memphis Prophet at first base. She'll be batting eighth. And the number 9 hitter is Sydney Kuykendall. She'll be in left field. Head coach for the Lady Scotties is Katie Arbeck. She is assisted by Ashley Estes, Corey Haynes, Holly Martin, and Ashley Prophet. Glasgow, as we said, 1-10 on the year, coming off of that 14-2 loss to Allen County Scottsville here at home on Tuesday in 5 innings. So those are the starting lineups brought to you by TJ Regional Health. And we will go ahead and wrap up the Don Franklin Auto countdown to first pitch now. And when we come back, we'll have our Walbert Trucking first pitch. We are back after a 2-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
It's time for Glasgow Lady Scotties softball on WCLU 103.1 FM and AM 1490. And video streaming free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU and Scotties YouTube channels. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Let's play ball!
With you at Busch Stadium, Rigdon-Kaiser Field, here on the campus of Glasgow High School. It is the Lady Scotties against the Adair County Lady Indians to wrap up the week here on a Friday afternoon. We are so glad that you all have joined us here for our broadcast. Let's set the Glasgow defense for you real quick. Shelby Wright, that's the Adair County defense. Sydney Kuykendall will be in left field for Glasgow. Ellery Haynes in center field. Kinsey Johnson in right field. Emery Gardner will be at third base. Chikali Green is the shortstop. Natalia Lightfoot at second base. Memphis Prophet at first base. Lucy Richardson behind the plate. And in the pitching circle today is Kerrigan Hagan. Kerrigan, a 7th grader, getting her first start of her varsity career. So no wins, no losses. She has a 7.00 ERA. She struck out 3. She has not walked anyone. She's only pitched 2 innings of varsity softball this season. So it'll be interesting to see how Kerrigan gets going here today against this Adair County ball club. Adair County going to lead things off with their first 3 hitters, Jade Wagner, Gracie Gist, and Allie Campbell here in the top of the first inning. Matt, we kind of had to fly through that pregame because we're going to get started about 5 minutes early here, but I want to welcome you in. Appreciate you joining us. Of course, you're obviously, you've been with us for a few baseball games this year, and this is your first softball game. Stephen Murphy couldn't be here, so appreciate you filling in for us.
Absolutely, Joe. Look forward to seeing it.
All right, well, here we go. As Kerrigan Hagan going to pitch her first one of the day, and that one is swung and missed for strike 1 by Wagner. Jade Wagner, a .250 hitter with 2 RBIs on the season. Hagan winds and fires, and this pitch going to be grounded. A fair ball down the third, actually a foul ball, they say, down the third base line. It was close.
Yes, it was,
I
Joe.
thought Emery might have fielded it in fair territory, but the home plate umpire says no. Breezy day. Seems like every day this spring has been a breezy day, but the wind today blowing from right to left, according to the flag out there in center field, or left center field. No ball, 2 strike count. The pitch on the way from Hagan. And called strike 3 on the inside corner. And that is an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout to start this ball game for Kerrigan Hagan. And Matt is a 7th grader. That's got to give her a lot of confidence here in her first start.
That's right, Joe. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. That's the way you want to start.
And that'll bring up the catcher, Gracie Gist. Gist hitting .394 on the year, which leads this team. And a foul tip, I believe, back. It sounded like she foul tipped. Either way, it's a swinging strike, so 0-1 here. Gist has 2 home runs, which ties her for the team lead in that category. 5 RBIs as well. Here's the 0-1. Change up, and it's a fly ball to left center field. Sydney Kuykendall coming in on it hard, and she'll make the catch. And there are 2 away.
Now batting Campbell.
Here's Allie Campbell, the designated player. If you've been in Glasgow all day, you know it's been a cloudy, overcast day for much of the day, and it remains that way. It's obviously cooled off quite a bit more today than it has been the last several.
So it looks like Campbell's making her 4th start of the year, batting .167.
She's just an 8th grader. She's one of 2 8th graders in the batting order for Adair County. Hagan with the pitch, and it's popped up on the infield. Hagan calling for it, but now Richardson going to call for it, and she'll make the catch in foul ground. So Adair County goes 3 up, 3 down, and Kerrigan Hagan could not have asked for a better start for her first varsity start here.
That's right, Joe. The Adair County Lady Indians had no runs on no hits, no errors by the Scotties, and nobody left on base.
And we've completed 1/2 inning, and we're scoreless. Glasgow coming up to bat for the first time after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Monticello Bank first opened its doors in 1895 as a single office in Monticello, Kentucky. Today, there are 21 MBC locations across the Commonwealth. From home loans to commercial lending, Monticello Bank offers a wide variety of convenient financial services and competitive rates from local people you know and trust. Visit them at 1434 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow and let them help make the financial side of your life a little easier. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joe Myers, Matt Gum back here with you at Glasgow High School, where we go to the bottom half of the first inning. It's Adair County being held scoreless in their first at-bat, so the Lady Scotties coming up for the first time. Their first 3 hitters will be Lucy Richardson, Ellery Haynes, and Jakiley Green. And let's set the Adair County defense for you here in the bottom of the SCRTC first inning. Shelby Riley is in left field. Ellie Cheatham is in center field. Lily Wall is in right. Hannah West at third base. Callie White at shortstop. Gabby Kemp at second base. Millie Brown at first. Gracie Gist behind the plate. And in the pitching circle is Jade Wagner. She has a 9.83 ERA, 16 strikeouts, 13 walks. She has pitched 31 in the third innings, and she is making her 8th start of the season here. Wagner is a junior. Right-handed thrower. Lucy Richardson in to start the bottom of the first here for Glasgow. And the first pitch of the day from Wagner misses low and in. Lucy batting .233 on the year. Senior catcher awaiting the 1-0 pitch. And this one hit off the handle but up the middle, and that'll be in there for a South Central Bank base hit to lead off the ball game for the Lady Scotties here in the bottom of the SCRTC first inning.
Good start for the Scotties. Nice hit right up, back up the middle.
Here's Ellery Haynes, the center fielder. Yeah, Lucy had never, at least this year anyway, I'm not sure any time in her career had she ever hit leadoff, but they put her in the leadoff spot against Allen County. She had a good day. She was 2 for 3, and so they're putting her back in that spot and hoping that her that trend continues, and it certainly did with her first at bat.
Looks like we got number 10, Kinley Stevens, as the courtesy runner for Lucy.
Here's Ellery Haynes, the left-handed hitter. Fastball in there for a called strike as Stevens takes off her second base, and she's got it standing up. Stolen base there for Kinley Stevens. That is her first stolen base of the season. And her first attempt. So already a runner in scoring position for Glasgow here. 0-1 count to Haynes, and this one misses in the dirt, low and away. Here's the 1-1 from Wagner. That one in there for a called strike on the outside half. Ellery would like to add to that 5 RBI total here on the season, with Stevens out at second base. Down to the count 1-2. The pitch on the way. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. Haynes down on strikes. That's an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Jade Wagner. And that will bring up Glasgow shortstop Jakiley Green. Jakiley batting .280 on the year. First pitch she sees called a strike on the inside part of the plate. Jakiley does have one of Glasgow's 2 home runs on the season. Wagner winds and fires. And this one a line drive right at the third baseman, West, who makes the catch but cannot double Stevens off at second base. So there are now 2 away, and here is Emery Gardner.
Now batting, Emery Gardner.
Emery with a nice .367 average on the year with 4 RBIs. And the pitch to the junior third baseman misses inside. Wagner has her pitch. And looked like a rise ball that misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes now to Emery. Riley Strode waiting on deck should Emery reach. Riley has been out for a number of games with an injury, so good to see her back in the lineup. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one a strike right at the knees. Wagner toes the rubber. Now the 2-1. Low and inside. First base open here. 3-1 now to Wagner, or to Gardner, excuse me. Wagner with the pitch. And Gardner takes it inside. That'll be ball forward. Puts runners at first and second now with a 2-out walk there to Emery Gardner.
Now batting, Riley Strode.
And here is Riley Strode, who has the best walk-up music of any I've heard so far.
Amen, Joe. I'll take
That's some old school stuff that me and Matt know right there. Matt and I don't know, or at least Matt might. He's got a son about this age. I don't know most of this walk-up music these days. This pitch misses to Strode upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, hence why Hudson's is the Beastie Boys, Joe.
There you go. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's some good stuff, too. Now the 1-0 pitch to Strode. And this one misses low. 2-0 to Riley. Riley has a very nice .538 average. She has a home run on the season with 5 RBIs, just a freshman. The 2-0 pitch, and she takes it right down the middle there for strike 1.
Well, Joe, you said she's been out for a few games.
She has, yep. She's had an injury that's kept her out, so good to see her back. Been told she may be available to pitch today, too. She has not pitched any at all this season. And this one misses inside, so 3 balls and a strike to the freshman. Of course, Memphis Prophet normally starts as the pitcher for Glasgow, but the coaching staff just wants to give her a rest. She has pitched almost every single inning for the Lady Scotties this year. Swing and a miss for Strode. She took a healthy cut but could not make contact. Count goes full. Runners will have an opportunity to get started here with a 3-2 count and 2 away. You see Coach Arbeck giving them that signal right now. Wagner delivers. And it's a pop-up on the infield. Second baseman Kemp calling for it, but she drops it. And everybody's going to be safe. So a break for the Lady Scotties there as Kemp commits the error.
Yeah, it looked like Emery and the ball got there about the same time, Joe, and she avoided contact, and just the second baseman wasn't able to stay with it.
So bases loaded here for Kenzie Johnson. Wagner with the pitch. Hit back up the middle. That'll be a base hit. And it's going to get by the center fielder all the way to the fence. Gardner coming in to score along with Stevens. They're going to send Riley. Riley Strode will come in to score as well. So 3 runs come in. It's a base hit and then an error that allows Johnson to go all the way from first to third. So a big base hit there for Kenzie Johnson, and Glasgow leads 3-0 over the Adair County Lady Indians here in the bottom of the first. Here's Natea Lightfoot. And this is Natea's first varsity at bat, and she hits one just foul. Hit it well, but
yes, she did.
Just foul down the third baseline. Glasgow leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the SCRTC first inning. Lady Scotties were held scoreless in the first meeting between these two schools back on March the 19th. Wagner with the 0-1. And a check swing foul ball that time off the bat of Lightfoot. Lightfoot just a 7th grader.
Looks like our second start on the year, Joe.
And a swing and a miss. She's down on strikes for an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout. But a nice start to this ball game for the Glasgow Lady Scotties as Adair County went 3 up, 3 down in the first inning, top of the first, and then the Lady Scotties able to plate 3 runs in the bottom of the first.
Hey, Joe, the Lady Scotties had 3 runs, 2 hits. The Indians had 2 errors, had 1 left on base, and after 1 complete, we got the Scotties 3, the Indians 0.
We're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Monticello Bank first opened its
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Adair County will send up their 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the top of the HVAC Services second inning. That'll be Lily Wall, Ellie Cheatham, and Millie Brown. Glasgow leading 3-0 over the Lady Indians. Kerrigan Hagan with her first pitch of this inning, and the fastball in there for a called strike. Kerrigan throwing strikes early in this ball game, Matt. That's the most important thing a young pitcher can do.
That's right. Oh, nice.
Changeup drops in there for a called strike.
9 pitches, and she's thrown 8 strikes. So, I mean, that's exactly where you want it, Joe.
Can't ask for much better.
No,
Here's the 0-2. And this one in the dirt. Couldn't get her to chase. Wall, a .273 hitter. She has 2 home runs, tied for the team lead there with 8 RBIs. And the pitch going to be fouled back here by Wall. Hagan with a 1-2. And this ball hit well but fouled down the left field line.
little more organized cheering in softball, too.
Yeah.
That's probably the difference for what,
No doubt.
See them using the trash can with the drums. And, I get it.
Yeah, the girls have it together a little bit better in the dugouts than the guys do.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-2. This pitch misses up and away. Hagan set to deliver the 2-2 now. Change up and had Wall way out in front. She swings and misses for another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout, one away.
Very nice pitch there, Joe. Had her way out on her front foot there.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Ellie Cheatham. And Hagan looked like she started with a rise ball there that misses upstairs. Here's the 1-0. That one a strike on the outside corner.
Cheatham's batting .226 on the year, Joe, with 10, leading the team with 10 RBIs.
1-1 pitch, fouled back.
Nice cut.
Scottie baseball team is off today. Of course, Matt wouldn't be here with us if they were not. He'd be watching his son play. Now the 1-2. And a foul tip back into Lucy Richardson's glove. She's able to hang on to it for another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout. 2 down, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Millie Brown.
Yeah, Joe, the boys go down to Franklin tomorrow for a JV varsity doubleheader, and played Franklin early in the year in the 2A and got a good win on them down there. So
that 2A win was at Franklin too, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was. It was a big win and just a good team.
The 0-1 pitch, and this one popped up foul back behind us here in the press box.
Just continues to throw strikes, Joe. I mean, that's very impressive so far.
Yes, she has been. Here's the 0-2. Change up, and it's a ground ball to the right side, and Natalia Lightfoot has it at second base, and she goes to first for the out. For the second consecutive inning, Kerrigan Hagan sets Adair County down in order.
Joe, the Lady Indians had no runs on no hits, nobody left on base, no errors by the Scotties. So after an inning and a half, we have the Scotties 3 and the Indians 0.
Back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
Memphis Prophet at the plate for Glasgow to get the bottom of the HVAC Services second inning underway. And she is in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes after she fouls this pitch off. Memphis going to be followed in the order here by Sydney Kuykendall and Lucy Richardson, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here in the bottom of the second, with Glasgow on top by a score of 3-0. Jade Wagner with a changeup, and Prophet swings and misses for an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout. Let's take a quick look at that hit by Kenzie Johnson back in the bottom of the first inning on our HVAC Services instant replay. 3 runs ended up scoring. It was a base hit for her, and then an error by the center fielder allowed Kinsey to come all the way around to third base. And this ball hit well on a line by Sydney Kuykendall, but it is going to be an out, caught by Ellie Cheatham out there in center field.
Definitely squared up on that ball. Joe hit it well, but right at her.
And back to the top of the Glasgow order with Lucy Richardson.
And Lucy got a base hit back up the middle at her first at bat, and then ended up Kinley Stevens ended up scoring for her later on the base hit.
First pitch to her in there for a called strike. Jade Wagner has her pitch and delivers. And Richardson will pop it foul back up to the screen here behind home plate. No balls, 2 strikes to the senior catcher. Pitch on the way. Richardson with a base hit into right center field. That'll be a Sasser-to-Wake base hit as Richardson gets a 2-out single. Boy, Lucy has really hit well in this leadoff spot. I think she's now 4 for 5 in the last 2 ball games since going to that leadoff spot. Here's the center fielder, Ellery Haynes. First pitch to her, called a strike right at the knees.
Joe Ellery struck out looking her last time up in the bottom of the first.
Ellery, a 257 hitter. The 0-1 pitch. Haynes hits it foul in the air and out of play here on the left side. No balls, 2 strikes to Haynes. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. Haynes down on strikes. So the Lady Scotties will strand 1 runner on the base paths.
Joe, the Lady Scotties had no runs, 1 hit, no errors by Adair County, and 1 runner left on base. So after 2 complete, we got the Scotties 3, the Indians 0.
Back after a 1-minute break here on WCLU Sports.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
Joe Myers, Matt Gum with you back here on the campus of Glasgow High School at Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium. We go to the top of the Elmore Realty and Auction 3rd inning now with Glasgow on top of Adair County 3-0. Lady Indians in this inning will send up Callie White, Hannah West, and Shelby Riley, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. And Callie White swings and misses at the first offering from Kerrigan Hagan. The 0-1 pitch misses upstairs. White, another 8th grader. 1-1 pitch. Change up. White way out in front. Boy, Hagan has that change up working so far here in this ball game. Doing a good job of keeping Lady Indians off stride. Now the 1-2. And that one called strike 3 on the outside corner. Another Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout. for Kerrigan Hagan. She's got 4 of them, Matt says. I knew they were starting to add up. Here's the third baseman, Hannah West. And the pitch from Hagan here misses upstairs. The 1-0. Now 2-0 as that one's up and away. West bats .243. Has 10 RBIs to tie her for the team lead with Ellie Cheatham. Now the 2-0. And that one low. That one slips out of Kerrigan's hands that time.
First player to see 3 balls, Joe. Maybe she can battle back here.
Hagan winds and delivers. That one's a strike right down Broadway. Now the 3-1. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. West thought she missed inside there, but the umpire says no. Count goes full. Payoff pitch coming. And popped up foul out of play. Another 3-2 pitch now from Hagan. And another foul ball out of play, straight back behind us. Hagan winds and fires. Change up. Popped up on the infield. Natalia Lightfoot at second base calls for it as she'll make the catch. 1 away. Or 2 away, excuse me. Here's the left fielder, Shelby Riley.
Now batting, Riley.
Riley, a junior left fielder. And the pitch from Hagan misses high. The 1-0. Right down the middle of that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hagan rocks and fires. Popped up, foul out of play. Right on top of our heads here. Thank goodness for the roof. One ball, 2 strikes here to Riley. And strike 3 called, an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Kerrigan Hagan. And through 3 innings, the 7th grader has faced the minimum number of batters for Adair County.
Yeah, Joe, Adair County has no runs, no hits. Scotties have no errors, and nobody left on base. After 3 complete, the Scotties 3, Adair County 0.
And we're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
Jacali Green to lead things off for the Lady Scotties here in the bottom of the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning. She'll be followed by Emery Gardner and Riley Strode, the 3-4-5 hitters. And Jade Wagner's first pitch misses upstairs. Let's take another look at the HVAC Services instant replay. That last strikeout for Kerrigan Hagan as she struck out Shelby Riley. 5 strikeouts now for Hagan, who again has faced the minimum number of batters for Adair County through the first 3 innings. Swing and a miss here by Green. Count even up with a ball and a strike now.
Chicali hit the ball hard to the third baseman her last time up, Joe, in the bottom of the first.
The 1-1 pitch. Green will foul it off. One and two, Jacali. She's a 280 hitter on the year, and this pitch misses high. Glasgow got all 3 of the runs in the bottom of the first inning when Kenzie Johnson came to the plate with the bases loaded, got a base hit to center field, and then the center fielder committed an error to allow the other 2 runs to score, or at least one other run to score. Johnson's hit probably would have brought in 2 runs without the error. And Green fouls this pitch off down the third base line.
Yeah, Joe, and that hit was a 2-out base hit, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that was
big time.
Yes, sir.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the freshman shortstop here for the Lady Scotties, and Green backs out of the way of this pitch as it misses low and inside. 3-2 now. Wagner with the pitch, and she almost hit Green with that one, has to back out of the way of it, and that'll be ball 4, so a leadoff walk drawn by Jacali Green.
It's Wagner's second walk of the day so far, Joe.
Now batting, Emery Gardner.
Here's the Glasgow third baseman, Emery Gardner.
Emery hit the ball, reached on. No, she was a base hit. I'm sorry, Joe. Walked on her first time up. Ended up scoring later in the inning.
Emery having a good junior campaign so far, batting .367. And a little bit late on that fastball, and now Green takes off for second base, but the throw, I thought she slid underneath that tag. They call her out. I don't know about that. The ball beat her there, but the throw was offline, and I thought she slid underneath it, but they say she is out, so Jacali Green caught stealing. So 1 out on the board. The pitch to Gardner was a strike. So 0-1 to her. This one called a strike at the knees, 0-2. Pitch from Wagner, misses outside. Riley Strode waiting on deck. And Gardner turns on this fastball, fouls it off, out of play. Other softball games going on involving area teams today. Warren East took on Lawrence County earlier today in the Kentucky 2A Championships. I'm not sure how that game turned out. I hadn't heard. Allen County Scottsville playing 2 games today down in Tennessee against Joe Burns of Cedar Hill, Tennessee, and Central Magnet School of Tennessee. This pitch to Gardner misses. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grayson County playing at Bowling Green today. Caverna hosting Christian Educational Consortium. Look at some of these other ball games for you in just a moment. Now the 2-2. And it's going to be a Sasser to make base hit into left field for Emery Gardner with 1 away here in the third.
Great job of hitting there, Joe. Getting 2 strikes and putting the bat on the ball and dropped it right in front of the left fielder.
Now to bring up the designated player, Riley Strode.
Riley reached on the air on the second baseman last time on pop up on the infield.
And a foul tip back into the catcher's glove here for strike 1. Told you Riley batting over 500, 538 on the season. Seven hits and 13 at bats. So she doesn't have as many at bats as a lot of the other players because she's been out with an injury. This one misses up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. But she has made the most of her opportunities at the plate. Popped up here on the infield in foul territory, and the catcher, Gracie Gist, going to make the catch. There are 2 away. And now the right fielder, Kinsey Johnson.
Kinsey got the base hit over the shortstop's head and then advanced to third on the error by the center fielder.
Wagner with the pitch, and here's a ground ball to the third base line. West has it. Her throw is just in time to get Johnson by about a half step. So that will bring the third inning to an end here, the Elmore Realty and Auction third inning, but Glasgow continues with the shutout right now.
Yeah, Joe, the Lady Scotties had no runs, 1 hit, no errors by Adair County, and we left 1 runner on base. So after 3 innings of play, the Lady Scotties are still up 3-0.
And we're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
If you already have internet through SCRTC, there's a pretty good chance your speed just went up, maybe even paying less. And if you don't, check on fiber optic with SCRTC in your area because 500 meg is now only $70. That's 500 down and upload. And if you want more speed, SCRTC got it, up to 5 gig of it. Make the switch right now at scrtc.com and we'll do the install free. This won't last forever. With unmatched customer support, SCRTC, your best and last internet provider.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Kerrigan Hagan to start the 4th inning. Garcia's Grill 4th inning. Here's a pop-up in foul territory, and it didn't hang up in the air long enough for Memphis Prophet to get there. As Adair County sending the top of the order to the plate here in the 4th inning. Jade Wagner, Gracie Gist, and Allie Campbell.
Gist struck out on 3 pitches looking. Last time up, Joe, on the top of the first.
Glasgow with a 3-0 lead. Kerrigan Hagan pitching beautifully so far in this ball game for Glasgow in her first varsity start. This one called a strike at the knees, 0-2. We do have a score for you on that Warren East Lawrence County game as Lawrence County ended up defeating Warren East 9-7 in the softball Kentucky 2A state tournament. And a changeup. The Wagner way out in front, the ball in the dirt, and Lucy Richardson has to throw down to first base, and her and Prophet cannot connect. So the strikeout will be credited for Hagan, but the out will not be credited, as Wagner becomes the first base runner of the day for Adair County. Now to bring up the catcher, Gracie Gist.
Flew out to left field her first time up, Joe.
And here's a ground ball back up the middle. Great play that time by the pitcher, Kerrigan Hagan, as she backhanded that thing, stabbed at it, and makes the play to first base. Wagner does move on to second on the play.
Yeah, Joe Wagner was running on the pitch, so really the smart, really good play on turning, just getting her out at first and not forcing the play at second. So very nice play.
Here's a designated player, Allie Campbell.
Popped out to the catcher last time up, Joe.
First pitch she sees misses just outside. Campbell hitting today for the second baseman, Gabby Kemp. The 1-0 from Hagan, and it hit Campbell.
Yep.
And Kerrigan,
that one definitely slipped out of her hand.
No
there,
doubt.
Joe.
She's holding her hands on top of her head. She's upset with herself. That one definitely slipped out. So runners at first and second. And that will bring up the right fielder, Lily Wall.
Lily struck out Joe last time up. lead off the second.
And a swing and a miss. She goes after one that was probably out of the zone upstairs. Wall has 2 home runs. And here's a ground ball. That's going to be a Sassafras Bank base hit into left field. Sydney Kuykendall fields it, gets it back in very quickly. Great throw home.
Yep.
To keep the runners advancing just 1 bag each. But the bases are loaded now, and a big-time scoring opportunity here for Adair County. Ellie Cheatham coming to the plate with 1 away.
That's a big moment in this game, Joe.
Hagan into her delivery, and the pitch misses high. Here's the 1-0. Change up, just a bit high as well. Cheatham, a .226 hitter with 10 RBIs. The 2-0. Fastball back up the middle, and this is a line shot, and that's going to be trouble. It was a diving catch attempted that time by Haynes. She did not make the catch. It goes all the way to the fence. 2 runs are in, a 3rd run trying to score, and she does slide in safely. And we are tied at 3. Clutch hitting that time for Ellie Cheatham as the senior center fielder brings in 3. And that will bring Glasgow head coach Katie Arbeck out to the pitching circle. She'll have all her infielders gather around her here. But Hagan cannot let that get to her match. She has thrown very, very well. Your bases are empty now. Or, excuse me, you got 1 player on base at least. You know, you got 1 in scoring position, but you got 1 out on the board. You just got to concentrate and get these next 2 hitters and get out of it.
It really started the inning well with a strikeout, but couldn't get the drop third strikeout at first, Joe, and then got the out at back up to the pitcher. Hits Batman and 2 back-to-back base hits. A good effort in center field by Ellery Haynes trying to get to that ball, and it just got by her, and they scored 3 on it.
So that'll bring up Millie Brown here.
Millie grounded out to second base last time, Joe.
She bats with 1 away here in the Garcia's Grill top of the 4th inning. A runner at second base, and this pitch from Hagan misses outside. The 1-0. Swing and a miss.
She really commanded that changeup very well today, Joe.
She has. Hagan with the 1-1. His changeup popped up down the first base line, and a nice catch in foul territory by Memphis Prophet. Runner has to stay put at second base. There are now 2 away. And here is the shortstop, 8th grader, Callie White.
Kelly struck out looking her last time up, Joe.
And she fouls the first pitch off. We told you about some of the other softball games going on. We didn't finish that list for you. Greene County hosting Campbellsville today. Todd Central playing at Hopkins County Central. Metcalfe County hosting Fort Knox. Monroe County hosting Cumberland County. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one a strike on the outside corner. You got Russell County hosting Somerset, and Warren Central playing at Russellville. 0-2 from Hagan. Popped up into short center field. Jakiley Green, the shortstop, calling for it, but actually Natalia Lightfoot, I believe, is who ended up making the catch for Glasgow. And that is going to be the 3rd out of the inning here in the Garcia's Grill top of the 4th. Adair County has tied things up with a big 3 RBI double by Ellie Cheatham as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Joe, Adair County Indians got 3 runs. They had 2 hits. 1 error by the Scotties, and 1 runner left on base. So after 3.5 innings, we've got a tie ball game at 3-3.
Back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Monticello Bank first opened its doors in 1895 as a single office in Monticello, Kentucky. Today, there are 21 MBC locations across the Commonwealth. From home loans to commercial lending, Monticello Bank offers a wide variety of convenient financial services and competitive rates from local people you know and trust. Visit them at 1434 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow and let them help make the financial side of your life a little easier. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We go to the bottom half of the Garcia's Grill fourth inning. Natalia Lightfoot at the plate to lead things off, followed by Memphis Prophet and Sydney Kuykendall. 7, 8, 9 hitters for Glasgow. In a 3-3 ball game, Lightfoot shows bunt, pops it up, but it goes foul and drops for strike one.
Joe, the other difference I've found out between the boys and the girls is these girls don't mess around between innings. They get out, they get their pitches in,
Yeah.
they do not mess around. You're going to have to cut the commercials down by a 30-second piece or something.
Yeah,
because
softball definitely moves a little faster than baseball does. Yeah. Here's the 0-1, and this one fouled back. Yeah, you get a good pitcher's duel going in softball, and you'll have an hour and 15-minute game a lot of times. But you're right, between innings, it goes pretty fast. A lot of times we get caught in our commercial break for the first pitch or two. Now the 0-2 to Lightfoot. And a swing and a miss. Went after one up out of the strike zone that time. Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Jade Wagner.
It's her second strikeout of the day, Joe.
Here's the first baseman, Memphis Prophet.
Memphis struck out swinging in the second inning.
A big cut here at the first offering, but could not make contact. Wagner with the 0-1. It misses up and in. The 1-1. And this one fouled off as the sun tries to pop through a break in the clouds out here in left center field, in that direction anyway. Wind has calmed down a little bit. The flag not moving much out there right now. Here's the 1-2. Pop up on the infield, and it's going to be trouble. It drops in front of the second baseman, Kemp, and Memphis going to be safe. Well, that's one the pitcher probably needs to try to make right there.
Pitcher looked at the second baseman. The second baseman looked at the pitcher, and it fell right between them.
Yeah, well, the pitcher was much closer to where that ball landed. Kemp had to come in a long ways and didn't have time to get there before it hit the ground. Nevertheless, it goes down in the book as a base hit for Memphis Prophet, and here comes Sydney Kuykendall. And we'll get a pinch runner for Memphis, and let's see, that is number 12, and that is Shallon Fields, who's going to run for Memphis Prophet as a pinch runner. I would assume Memphis will re-enter in the top of the fifth inning. While the home plate umpire notifies Adair County of that pinch runner, we'll tell you about some of the baseball games going on around the area. Warren East in baseball earlier today took on Knott Central, also in the Kentucky 2A state tournament. See if we can get a result on that one. As Fields takes off for second base on the pitch, and she has the base stolen. Shallon Fields with her first stolen base of the season. No ball, one strike count here to Kuykendall. The pitch on the way. She hits one back up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop White. The throw to first is in time, they say. I don't know about that one. I thought Sydney beat that throw out, but the umpire is all the way across the field, of course, with just two umpires here. He's not in the greatest position. when you got a runner at second base, is he has to be there between second and third. So he calls Kuykendall out. It did move Fields over to third base, so runner at third with 2 away. Here's Lucy Richardson.
Lucy's 2 for 2 on the day, Joe. Hit the ball really well. And on that play, that ball doesn't hit off the pitcher's glove. That's up straight up the middle.
You're
so
right.
a little 1-6-3 ground out.
And Richardson hits it hard but foul down the left field line. Some of the other baseball games going on today. Warren Central's playing at Allen County, Scottsville. Barron County hosting Westmoreland, Tennessee. Clinton County hosting Casey County. We've got Greenwood hosting Cumberland County today. Monroe County hosting Greene County. Logan County on the road at Ohio County. South Warren playing at Russell County. And this 0-1 pitch to Richardson is fouled back. And Hart County playing today at Thomas Nelson. No balls, 2 strikes to Richardson. Lucy having a good day so far. And the pitch. Misses upstairs. And the Warren East Knott County Central game apparently was rescheduled due to weather. They're going to be playing tomorrow at 12:30. Here's the 1-2. And this is a fair ball just inside the bag at third base. That's going to get Fields in. Richardson rounding first on her way to second, and she will be there with a stand-up double.
Great job of hitting Lucy with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
And give her the RBI. Glasgow retakes the lead now at 4-3 here in the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Ellery Haynes.
Ellery's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today.
And the pitch called a strike. It's borderline right at the knees. Looked a little bit low from up here, but
his zone's been down a little, Joe, but I'm not
he's
used
been
to
fairly consistent. Well, he's been fairly consistent with it, I'll say. Here's the 0-1. And this is a ground ball to the left side. Nice play by the third baseman, West. Her throw is just in time to get Haynes. So that will end the Garcia's Grill 4th inning. But Lucy Richardson with the big RBI double, and she has helped Glasgow retake the lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, Joe, the Lady Scotties got 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. So that's after 4 innings. The Lady Scotties are up 4-3 over the Adair County Indians.
We're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Sports.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Welcome back here to Busch Stadium. It is Rigdon-Kaiser Field at Busch Stadium here on the campus of Glasgow High School. Lady Scotties and Adair County Lady Indians, and a good one so far. We are through 4 innings, and Glasgow leads the Lady Indians by a score of 4-3. And the first 3 hitters due up for Adair County will be Hannah West, Shelby Riley, and Jade Wagner, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Adair.
Joe, as anticipated, Memphis Prophet did re-enter the game at first base for the Lady Scotties.
Thank you, Matt.
West flew out to the second baseman the last time up.
Kerrigan Hagan, who has pitched very well, back out there to start this 5th inning, which is brought to you by Walbert Trucking. Here's a ground ball to Gardner at third base. No problem. Scoops it up with a good throw to first base, and there's 1 down. And that will bring up the junior left fielder, Shelby Riley.
Struck out looking her last time up, Joe.
Hagan misses upstairs with the first offering. The 1-0 misses low. Oh, I'm sorry. They said she did not. Said that she went after it with a bunt. Riley squared the bunt and then went after it. Did not make contact. So 1-1. The pitch from Hagan. Fly ball to left field. Sydney Kuykendall camps out underneath it, and she will make the catch.
Well hit ball there, Joe, but Sydney took a couple of steps to her left and camped under it, made the catch.
And there are two away as we go back to the top of the Lady Indians order. Here's Jade Wagner.
Wagner has struck out twice, Joe, but reached on a drop third strike in the fourth.
And there's a hard ground ball fair just inside the bag at third base, so Wagner's going to get extra bases out of this on her way to second, and she will be in there with a stand-up double. I tell you, Sydney Kuykendall almost made a play out of that thing. She got to that ball quick. I thought it was going to be an easy double, but had the throw been a little bit more online, that would have been a very close play at second base.
Yeah, I've noticed that out of Sid. She gets the ball in real quick.
That'll bring up the catcher, Gracie Gist.
Just flew out to Sydney in the first and then actually hit the ball back up the middle last inning for a ground out to the pitcher.
And here's a little flare on the infield. Tough play for the shortstop Green, but she makes it. Boy,
Great
nice
play.
job that time by Jakali Green as she had to go over in front of the bag at second base and then quickly get the throw to first base, which she did, and Glasgow maintains the lead.
Joe, the Adair County Lady Indians had no runs on one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. So after 4.5, the Lady Scotties 4, the Adair County Lady Indians 3.
Back after a 1 minute break here on WCLU Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
Jakali Green to lead things off for Glasgow in the Walbert Trucking bottom of the fifth inning here. Glasgow leads 4-3. Green will be followed by Emery Gardner and Riley Strode, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the order. First pitch to Green in there for a called strike. Jakali batting .280 on the year.
Lined out to the third baseman first time up and walked in the third.
The 0-1. That one in there for a strike as well, 0-2.
Just a bit inside to me, Joe, but yeah, I'm at a different angle.
Well, the strike zone is subjective, you know. Here's the 0-2, and this one is a foul ball, they say. That was really close.
Yeah, it was. Blew the chalk up about 6 or 8 foot in front of the bag, Joe, and was really hit very hard down that line.
No balls and 2 strikes here to Jakali. And this one will be fouled off as well.
Very good job of fighting that pitch off.
Might have been low out of the zone, but too close to take it. So, as Matt said, she did a good job to stay alive there. Another 0-2 pitch, and Green will foul this one off out of play. Green will see another 0-2 pitch on the way from Wagner, and that one misses upstairs. Clouds definitely starting to break up a little bit. I think we are supposed to have a partly sunny day tomorrow, and then pretty nice weekend, though the temperatures are not going to get out of the 60s, I don't think. Here's the 1-2, and this one way upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'll be watching that Warren East, how they do in the 2A very close, because we've got them, our district matchup Monday and Tuesday with the Warren East. So should be very interesting to see how they maneuver through that. This
with their pitching. It's a tough situation when you're in a 2A tournament. You want to. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Green could not lay off one up in her eyes that time. One away. It's an Elmore Realty and Auction strikeout for Jade Wagner. Emery Gardner coming to the plate. If you're Warren East, you want to be obviously competitive in the 2A state tournament, but then you got to think, well, I've got 2 very important district games against Glasgow on Monday and Tuesday, so what do you do? You know?
And after they lost both of their matchups this week with Barron, so they're 0-2 the district.
Right.
So they
I guess you just have to figure out where your priority lies and deal with it. This pitch from Wagner misses upstairs.
Emery had a base hit her second time up and walked her first time up and scored a run.
There's the 1-0. And this one misses high as well, 2-0. Yeah, I would say Warren East was probably not real happy about that game having to be delayed by a day, because that'll just make things that much tougher on Monday and Tuesday with their pitching.
Yeah, they would actually have to play 2 Saturday and 2 Sunday to be able to get into the finals.
Mm-hmm. This misses upstairs. 3-0 to Emery. That first Warren East game, first of the 2, is at Warren East on Monday, and then we will have the broadcast of the baseball game against East on Tuesday over there at Sam Royce Field. This pitch misses inside. Gardner draws the walk.
Our second walk of the day, Joe.
And with one away here in the Walbert Trucking 5th inning, here comes Riley Strode.
Riley reached on an error by the second baseman in the first inning and then flew out to the catcher in the third.
Glasgow on top 4-3 in this one. Jade Wagner comes with a pitch that misses upstairs. Of course, Glasgow baseball 2-0 in the district as they defeated Allen County Scottsville in their 2 games on Monday and Tuesday. This pitch right down the middle here to Strode to even the count up at 1-1.
Now, Joe, you'll have to educate me on pitch counts.
There's no such thing in softball.
Don't
you
know
can
what
throw
that
as
means?
many as you want to.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Now the 1-1. And this one back up the middle, and that's going to be in the
through.
center field for a Sasser to make base hit for Riley Strode.
Great hit there.
Emery Gardner advances 1 bag to second, so runners at first and second, 1 away. And here comes Kenzie Johnson, who had a big hit for Lady Scotties back in the bottom of the first.
She did. She hit the ball over the shortstop's head, then error on the center fielder allowed her to get to third, and then third baseman had a real good play to get her out at first to end the third.
Johnson comes to the plate with 1 out and runners at first and second, and the pitch to her misses high. The 1-0, also high. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch on the way from Wagner. A check swing foul ball by Johnson. Emery Gardner at second, Riley Strode at first. And Johnson asks for time and backs out of the box. now set to go. The pitch from Wagner. And Johnson will foul it straight back out of play. Natea Lightfoot due up next for Glasgow. She's waiting on deck. The 2-2 from Wagner. Johnson back up the middle, and another Sasser-to-Bake base hit. Emery Gardner rounding third. It gets by the center fielder, but Strode stays put there at second base. But another RBI for Johnson, and that puts Glasgow up 5-3 now. Runners at first and second, still just one away. Kenzie Johnson having a day. And now
2 for 3 there, Joe, and 3 RBIs her first time up with another one there. She leads the team now in RBIs. She had 5 coming in, and so 4 more today puts her at 9. And
time has been called here by Adair County, as I think we're going to get a pitching change. See if we can pick up the number. Who the new 17 is?
17.
The new pitcher.
That was.
It's going to be Keelan Bergen. So we'll make that change here. Bergen, we'll look at her numbers real quick. They don't have any win and loss records in the Adair County stands for their pitchers, but she does have a 17.77 ERA. She struck out 5. She's walked 3. She's only thrown 8 2/3 innings. She's given up 27 runs in those 8 2/3 innings, and 22 have been earned. She's making her 9th appearance as a pitcher for Adair County. They have all come in relief.
Yeah, those 24 hits and those 8 innings, Joe, averaging around 3 an inning. I mean, hopefully the Scotties can put the ball in play here and get a few more runs on the board.
Chance to really break this thing open with 1 out and runners at first and second. So Bergen will get her warm-up tosses here, and while she does that, we will tell you that the Don Franklin Spring event is happening now. Choose from thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles. Plus, Don Franklin's 10-year unlimited mile powertrain coverage is available for most makes and models. Hurry into Don Franklin or DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family. So, the first hitter that Keelan Bergen will face is Natea Lightfoot. 7th grader coming to the plate with 1 away. Glasgow on top by a score of 5-3 here in the Walbert Trucking bottom of the 5th inning, and runners at first and second base. 1 run already in here in the 5th for Glasgow.
Natea is 0 for 2 on the day. Joe struck out in the 1st and struck out also in the 4th.
Bergen toes the rubber, ready to deliver her first pitch of the day. And the fastball fouled back by Lightfoot. Natea still looking for her first hit on the varsity level. 0 for 2 now, not only on the day, but on the season. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Memphis Prophet due up next for Glasgow. Bergen with the 0-2. And that one's up and outside. Lightfoot in the box awaiting the pitch. And the changeup is low.
Joe Wagner threw 4 1/3, 7 hits, 5 runs. 1 of them earned. She's still responsible for the runners on base. 3 walks and 6 strikeouts.
Now the 2-2, and that one's upstairs. So Lightfoot has worked it from 0-2 to a full count now. Bergen trying to avoid walking the first hitter she faces. 3-2, and Lightfoot will foul it out of play. Our umpire is out of softballs. We've had a bunch of foul balls out of play here in this ball game. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the 7th grader, second baseman today here for the Lady Scotties. The pitch misses way upstairs, and that will be a 1-out walk issued to Lightfoot, and that loads the bases.
Very good at bat, Joe. Seven pitch at bat, like you said, started off 0-2 and fought back the whole way, so good job.
Here's Memphis Prophet.
Memphis is 1 for 2 on the day. Had the little fly in the center, the infield that nobody wanted to call, and struck out in the second.
This pitch misses upstairs. And Keelan Bergen, I think, wants a new softball. Doesn't like that one. One ball, no strikes to Prophet. Lady Scotties with a chance to really break this game wide open here with the bases loaded and 1 away. Already leading 5-3. This pitch called a strike. Here's the 1-1. And Prophet will go down and foul it off down the third base line. Sydney Kuykendall waiting on deck. She'll get a chance barring a double play. Now the 1-2 to Prophet. And a change-up. Prophet swings and misses. The ball's in the dirt, but she cannot advance. The bases are loaded. There's a runner occupying first base, so Prophet is out. And there's 2 down. That will bring up Sydney Kuykendall.
Sid's 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to the center fielder. Really squared the ball up and hit it right at him, and then had that ball right up the middle on the ground out to the shortstop.
Sydney started the day with a .280 average. Strike 1 called on the outside half.
Spoke with Sydney's mother, Claudia, in the concession stand earlier that Joe and I graduated with Claudia.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Sydney's built a whole lot like Claudia was in high school.
Absolutely.
Tall and skinny, and yeah. I don't think she's quite as tall as what Claudia was, but now the 0-2. And this pitch misses a bit upstairs.
Be nice to get a base hit or get on base somehow and get Lucy back up after being 3 for 3 as she sits on deck, Joe.
Now the 1-2 pitch. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. So the Lady Scotties are going to leave the bases loaded here in the 5th inning, but they do add 1 to their lead, and now they do have a 2-run lead as we will go to the Kentucky Farm Bureau 6th inning after this break. Matt?
Yeah, Joe, the Lady Scotties got 1 run on 2 hits. They left 3 on base, and the Lady Indians had no errors. So that puts us after 5 complete. Lady Scotties 5, Lady Indians 3.
And we're back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant.
Allie Campbell, Lily Wall, Ellie Cheatham, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Adair County in the top of the Kentucky Farm Bureau's 6th inning. And here's a fly ball into right center field, and it's going to be caught out there by Ellery Haynes.
Great catch over her shoulder there, Joe.
Now batting Wall.
One away, and that will bring up the right fielder, Lily Wall.
Wall had a base hit her last time up, Joe. She won for 2.
Kerrigan Hagan still in the pitching circle, by the way. She started this ball game and has pitched wonderfully here in her first varsity start. First pitch misses, though, here. It's 1-0. Hagan with a pitch. Hit back up the middle. Ja'Kylie Green from shortstop charges. The throw across the diamond is there. There are 2 down.
Kerrigan's really settled in, Joe. I mean, that 1/4 inning, they got a couple of rallies going and got some runs on the board, but other than that, has been real efficient.
Now the center fielder, Ellie Cheatham.
Cheatham's 1 for 2, had a double her last time up.
She's the one who did the damage back in that 4th innings. Had all 3 of those RBIs on that base hit. There's a ground ball to third base. Gardner had a little trouble with it at first, picks it back up, throws across the diamond for out number 3. And here in the 6th, Adair County goes 1, 2, 3.
Joe, there'll be no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So after 5.5, we got the Lady Scotties 3, the Lady Scotties 5, Lady Indians 3.
Back after a 1-minute break on WCLU Sports.
South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
Lucy Richardson will get us going in the bottom of the Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance 6th inning. Glasgow on top of Adair County by a score of 5-3. Lucy will be followed by Ellery Haynes and Ja'Kylie Green. Keelan Bergen out there in the pitching circle to start her first full inning of work for Adair County. Came in relief of Wagner back in the 5th. First pitch here in there for a called strike.
Joe, Lucy's 3 for 3 on the day. Runs scored and an RBI.
There's the 0-1. Richardson will pop it up on the infield. And third baseman Hannah West will make the play right on the edge of the outfield grass. Looked like she was battling it there for a moment. I didn't know if she was going to make the catch, but she did. That'll bring up Ellery Haynes.
Ellery's 0 for 3 on the day, Joe. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to the third baseman.
Ellery's due. She's a .257 hitter. And she pops the first one back foul. Bergen with the pitch. Haynes shows bunt, pops it up, and it's going to be caught. Yep, going to be caught by the catcher, Gracie Gist, who quickly came up out of her crouch and made that catch. 2 down. Here comes Kylie Green.
Joe, Kylie's 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout last time up, flew out to the third baseman and walked in the 3rd inning. Got caught stealing.
And she goes after the first pitch, pops it up. It'll get foul out of play here on top of the Glasgow dugout. No balls and a strike to Kylie. The pitch. And she fouls it back to the screen here behind home plate. Glasgow 5, Adair County 3 here in the Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance 6th inning. 2 away. Nobody on the base paths for the Scotties. No ball, 2 strike count to Kylie Green. Bergen with the pitch. It's up and away. Now the 1-2 delivery. Change up and Green with a check swing foul ball. Probably would have been ball 2. Looked a little high, but Green fought it off. Another 1-2 pitch coming from Keely Bergen, and that one's upstairs. The 2-2. And Green jumps all over it but fouls it off out of play down the left field line. Boy, Kylie right on top of the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and this one's low. If Green reaches, Emery Gardner would be next. Here's the payoff pitch. And Green hits one well, but it's going to go foul. That thing, if it had stayed between the lines, might have been out of here. It was very well hit. I was blocked out on where it went out, but Kevin Estes up here in the press box telling me that would have been way out if it stayed fair. Now the 3-2, and this one going to be grounded fair down the third base line, and the throw in the dirt gets away. Green going to round first on her way to second, and she'll hold up there, and that'll give a chance for Emery Gardner to come to the plate now.
It's going to be a close play at first with their speed. The third baseman threw the ball in the dirt, and first baseman just couldn't get it out.
So Emery will get a chance here with 2 away and a runner at second base. Glasgow looking for a little insurance here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Emery's 1 for 1 on the day, Joe. Base hit back in the 3rd and has walked twice.
This pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 is fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes to the junior third baseman. Bergen toes the rubber and delivers. Change up. Gardner waits on it, grounds it down the first base line to Millie Brown, who has it. She'll step on the bag, and that will end the 6th inning. So the Lady Scotties 3 outs away from picking up victory number 2 on the season if they can hang on here against Adair County.
Joe, the Scotties, Lady Scotties had no runs on no hits, 1 error by the Lady Indians, and we left 1 runner on base. So after 6 complete, we got the Lady Scotties 5, Lady Indians 3.
Back after a 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Want to slash your cable bill? Save over $20 a month with MyStream TV from SCRTC. The savings alternative with the same great channel lineup you've always been accustomed to. Packages as low as $85 even include internet, at least 200 meg. This is a no-brainer. No more cable boxes, just an app. And you even get an extra stream. Wait till we show you catch-up TV. Compare your current service to the new MyStream TV from SCRTC. 678-2111. Call and save today.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Joe Myers, Matt Gum back here with you at Busch Stadium. Rigdon-Kaiser Field as the Lady Scotties try to wrap up win number 2 on the season as they lead Adair County 5-3 going into the top of the 7th inning. And leading things off for Adair will be Millie Brown. It'll be Callie White and Hannah West, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Kerrigan Hagan in the pitching circle trying to finish this thing off. She has gone the distance, and it's been a great day for her in her first varsity start. First pitch misses to Brown. So now the 1-0 coming. That one a strike at the knees.
Joe Brown is 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to Memphis Prophet at first base and grounded out to Lightfoot at second.
And a changeup, and Brown way out in front, and that has been a very consistent pitch today for Kerrigan Hagan.
Yeah, she's thrown that pitch very well.
Now the 1-2. And a ground ball to Green at shortstop. She charges, has it. The throw is there, and there's one away. I love the excitement with which Kerrigan Hagan is playing right now. I mean, her teammates making out, and she runs to him and gives him a big high five or taps gloves with him. She is so excited out there. Neat to see. Here's Callie White. And this pitch going to be fouled back to the screen. Strike 1.
White's 0 for 2 on the day, Joe. Strikeout looking in the 3rd and flew out to the second baseman in the 4th.
Here's the 0-1. Here's a ground ball and a great diving backhanded stop by Green. The throw will not be in time, but an outstanding play that time by Green to keep that ball on the infield. It'll have to be an infield single for Callie White as Green did all she could right there.
Green's played a great defensive game, Joe.
She has.
And she has made some very good plays.
Here's the third baseman, Hannah West. She represents the tying run here with 1 away in the 7th. And the runner takes off for second base. The throw is to the third base side of the bag. It'll be a stolen base for Callie White. Boy, they're taking an unnecessary chance right there, in my opinion. You're down by 2 runs. You got a base runner on, the tying run at the plate, but it worked out for them. But if you get thrown out right there, tough. This pitch misses upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think the first pitch was a strike, Joe. I couldn't get a read on the call by the umpire, but I believe it's 1-1.
And this one upstairs. No, it's 3 balls and no strikes. 3 balls and no strikes here. First base is open, but you really don't want to bring that next hitter to the plate after White gets on. That would be the go-ahead run. This one in there for a called strike. So Kerrigan trying to come all the way back here from 3-0.
West is 0 for 2 from the day, Joe. flew out to second baseman and ground ball to the third baseman.
And West fouls this pitch off. So 3-2 now.
Get a big out here and hopefully can get the number 9 spot in the order out before they roll back to the top of the order.
There's a fly ball. Kuykendall started in on it, and that ball is off the bottom of the fence. 1 run is going to come in. You're going to have a play at second base. The throw is late, and it is a 1-run ball game here in the 7th. A big base hit that time for Hannah West as she gets the RBI.
Well hit ball to left field. Sort of froze Kuykendall on that ball, and it just came up on the base of the fence and got a double there for Hannah West.
Infielders gather around Kerrigan Hagan there in the pitching circle to talk things over. Glasgow still leads, but it's been cut to 1 now, 5-4. And Shelby Riley at the plate.
So she struck out in the 3rd and flew out to Sydney in left field in the 5th.
Shows bunt and fouls it off.
She showed bunt last time, Joe, on her time up, and wasn't surprised to see her doing there, trying to get the lead runner over to 3rd.
Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to Gardner at third base. She cannot handle it. Emery came up on it, was ready to make the throw to first base quicker than what she got it in her glove, or before she got it in her glove, and that'll be an error, which puts runners at first and second now. Still just 1 away as we go back to the top of the order with the pitcher, Jade Wagner.
Struck out twice, Joe. Reached on the air by the catcher on a drop third, and then really a double.
Popped up foul and out of play.
Double in the 5th.
So the tying run in scoring position at second base. Go-ahead run at first base. Glasgow clinging to a 5-4 lead, trying to get their second win of the season. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to Gardner at third base. Took a bad hop on her, and everybody's going to be safe. That ball did take a bad hop just as it got to Emery. It took a high hop on her and got up into her chest, and she could not handle it. So now bases are loaded. Go-ahead run at second base in scoring position. Tying run at third.
Gist is 0 for 3, Joe. Flew out to left field. A ground ball back to the pitcher and a ground ball to shortstop.
There's a pop-up, and it's going to be touched in fair ground. And Lucy Richardson picks it up, steps on the plate for out number 2. Tried to throw to third. The throw was too late, but Richardson tried to make the catch in fair territory. She didn't make the catch, but she touched it, which makes it a live ball. And so all she had to do, a heads-up play for her there that time. The bases were loaded, so she had a force at home plate, just had to step on the plate there for out number 2. And now the Lady Scotties 1 out away. Here's the designated player, Allie Campbell. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Campbell was hit by a pitch in the 4th, Joe, and has flown out to the catcher and flown out to center. So 0 for 2 on the day.
The 0-1 pitch. Hit the green at shortstop. She's going to go to first base, and that will do it. The Glasgow Lady Scotties earn win number 2 on the season as they pick up a 5-4 victory over over the Adair County Lady Indians. Adair County will fall to 3-15. Lady Scotties improved to 2-10, and a hard-earned win here today for the Lady Scotties. We'll come back in a moment. Actually, Matt, you want to give us the numbers in that inning? Sorry.
Joe, that inning for the Adair County Lady Indians, they had 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 2 people left on base.
Now we'll come back on the Don Franklin Auto postgame show, and we will take a look at the Garcia's Grill sizzling stats. We'll also talk with head coach Katie Arbeck. We'll see our Hardy's play of the game and our SCRTC player of the game as well. Glasgow, a 5-4 winner over Adair County here at Glasgow High School. We're back after a 5-minute timeout, a 5-minute break here on WCLU Sports.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
We're not superheroes, but when people need us, we answer the call. We're not weathermen, but we know the Kentucky seasons like the back of our hands. For over 40 years, we've serviced any brand, anytime, with the same-day service guarantee. Now that's a big promise, and that's probably why no one else does it. So when dealing with your heating and cooling, call HVAC Services, and you'll have the right team by your side.
When you come into Garcia's Grill, you're welcomed with a smile and you'll love the atmosphere. Garcia's was voted by the community as the best overall restaurant for the past 2 years. Great food at a great value. They serve fresh, delicious traditional Mexican dishes, incredible pasta, burgers, steaks, and seafood. People say you can never get burnt out on this restaurant because of all the amazing choices. Garcia's Grill, owned and operated by the Gomez Garcia family. Check them out on North Ray Street in Glasgow and on Facebook. Garcia's Grill, a different kind of Mexican restaurant. South Central Bank has been investing in the Glasgow community for over 50 years. During that time, we've learned a thing or two about hard work, relationships, and a vision for success. South Central Bank is designed to make a difference in the prosperity of our customers and the communities it serves. We want to be a part of your success. Visit southcentralbank.com. South Central Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With a history of scoring touchdowns and breaking records, Dakota Elmore knows a thing or two about hard work. At Elmore Realty and Auction, his team, often referred to as the A-Team, applies that same work ethic in how they serve this community. With a combined 200 years of experience, the team serves our commercial industry, helps families find their dream home, and makes your auction an easy, profitable, and positive experience. Elmore Realty and Auction, trusted since 1935. Check them out on Facebook for listings and auctions.
If you already have internet through SCRTC, there's a pretty good chance your speed just went up, maybe even paying less. And if you don't, check on fiber optic with SCRTC in your area because 500 meg is now only $70. That's 500 down and upload. And if you want more speed, SCRTC got it, up to 5 gig of it. Make the switch right now at scrtc.com and we'll do the install free. This won't last forever. With unmatched customer support, SCRTC, your best and last internet provider.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
And now the Don Franklin Auto postgame show on WCLU. Brought to you by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers.
And now taking the field,
here's Joe Myers.
Post-game show where the Glasgow Lady Scotties pick up a 5-4 win over the Adair County Lady Indians here in high school softball. Glasgow going to 2-10 on the year, while Adair County falls to 3-15. Glasgow avenges a loss to Adair County back earlier in the season over in Columbia. A nice win today here for the Lady Scotties, and we want to go ahead and take a look at our Hardy's play of the game. If you're watching on YouTube, you will see it is going to be Ellery Haynes' outstanding catch out in center field in the top of the 6th inning. And it was an important catch. There were base runners on for Adair County. Ellery made a great catch, and that is our Hardy's play of the game. We appreciate Hardy sponsoring that for us here on the Don Franklin Auto post-game show. And just a moment, we'll take a look at our Garcia's Grill sizzling stats, and I think Matt is ready to go with that. Matt?
Yes, sir, Joe. I am. Start with the Lady Indians. Jade Wagner was 1 for 4 with a run scored and 2 strikeouts. Gracie Geist was 0 for 4. Allie Campbell was 0 for 3 with a run scored. Lily Wall was 1 for 3 with a run scored and a strikeout. Ellie Cheatham was 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Miley Brown was 0 for 3. Callie White was 1 for 3 with a run scored and a strikeout. Hannah West was 1 for 3 with no runs scored. And Shelby Riley was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. On the mound for the Indians, Jade Wagner threw 4 in the 3rd innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 of them earned, 3 base on balls and 6 strikeouts. Bergen came in for an inning in 2/3, no hits, no runs, no earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. For the Lady Scotties, Lucy Richardson was 3 for 4 for the day with a run scored and an RBI. Ellery Haynes was 0 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts. Kaylee Green was 0 for 3 with a base on balls and a strikeout. Emery Gardner was 1 for 2, 2 runs scored with 2 base on balls. Riley Strode was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Kinsley Johnson, 2 for 3 today with 4 RBIs. Very good day at the plate for her. Lightfoot was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Memphis Prophet was 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Sydney Kuykendall 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout. For the Lady Scotties, they had 5 runs on 8 hits, 8 people left on base. For Adair County, it's 4 runs on 5 hits with 4 people left on base, and each team had 3 errors. For the Lady Scotties, Kerrigan Hagan, great job on the mound, 7 innings. She saw 30 batters. She had 6 strikeouts, 5 hits, 4 runs, all 4 of which were earned, had 1 wild pitch and 1 hit batsman, 85 pitches, 64 of which were strikes. I think the most important stat there, Joe, is no walks.
Yep, that's a great day. As that's the look at the Garcia's Grill sizzling stats. I think Coach Katie Arbeck is up here with us, maybe, I believe. She was in the press box just a moment ago, and she is going to make her way in here, and we'll get her to sit in here where Matt is sitting. We'll get him to hand the headset over to Coach Arbeck and get her thoughts on this 5-4 victory, a thrilling win here for her ball club over the Adair County Lady Indians. As Coach Arbeck now moves in here alongside. And, Coach, congratulations. Boy, I mean, so many good things for your ball club today. I don't really know where to start. Just kind of give me your general thoughts on how your team played here today.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. I'm super proud of them of coming back. Our game, the last time that we played them, wasn't our best game, but they really, I mean, they had energy from the jump. And that's something that we've been talking about is it's a lot easier, even if you're down. we got tied there, but even if you're down, like if that energy is high, it's so much easier to fight back. So that's one of the big things that I'm just so proud of them to keep that energy up all game.
I want to talk first about Kerrigan Hagan. Making her first varsity start as a 7th grader. She had only thrown, I think, 2 innings all year long, according to your all stats, Katie. She goes all 7 innings, faced 30 batters, struck out 6, walked none. Gave up 5 hits, 4 runs. All 4 of those runs were earned. According to these are our stats, unofficial, of course. She had just 1 wild pitch and she hit 1 batter. I can't really imagine a better day for the young lady in her first varsity start.
Yeah, she killed it. But Kerrigan is such she's such a fighter, which is why I was comfortable putting her out there. She hits her spots really well. And that changeup, I love that changeup.
She had that working all day, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Yeah. But she really is a fighter, and she's always got high energy. And I think that helps. Like when you've got that high energy out there, especially you've probably got nerves. You're 7th grade. Yeah. You're pitching your first varsity game. Like I couldn't have asked her to do anything better than what she did today.
I did love her enthusiasm. I found it funny. Not funny. It was just fun to watch, really. After one of her infielders would make a put out, she'd run to him and give him, tap gloves with him or something. She just had a lot of enthusiasm. Was excited out there.
Yes,
today.
She is everybody's biggest cheerleader, and she does great on her own. But if somebody, you saw it, if somebody makes a play, makes an out, she is the first person to run to congratulate them. You just can't ask for anything better from her.
She was a lot of fun to watch today. I'll tell you something else we got to talk about, too. Lucy Richardson, you guys have moved her to the leadoff spot, Katie, and she has really glowed in that spot. I think when she played against Allen County on Tuesday, that was the first time I believe she had batted leadoff from what I was told. She had 2 hits that day. I think she was 2 for 3. She goes 3 for 4 today with a run scored and an RBI. She really seems to like leading off, doesn't she?
Yes, yeah. That leadoff spot and even that 1-2, those positions are super important. Getting on base, trying to get runs early. They make a big difference. And she's was performing where she was in the lineup, but when you're performing and you need those runs early, why not move them up? See if they can get it done early for us. So she's definitely. She's just hot all around.
And then another player I want to talk about, too, Kenzie Johnson had a really good day at the plate. We had Kenzie as 2 for 3, 4 RBIs on the day for her. She's the one who had that big hit for you back in the first inning to kind of get you guys off on the right foot. And I thought she had one of her better offensive days, at least of the games that we've seen this year.
Yeah, she's definitely improving. She struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season, but honestly, we moved her down a little bit in the lineup, and I think she's done really well down there. She's getting a lot of RBIs because she does put the ball in play. So it's been really big for us to find this at this point in the season, where everybody's thriving in the lineup. And that's been good for her.
And a very good defensive ball game for your team, too, Katie. And as we know, that's been a bit of an issue for you guys at times, but I thought you guys were pretty solid on the defensive end.
Oh, yeah. We've been improving. I think the last 2 or 3 games maybe, we've only had – I think 2 or 3 errors a game, and that's a big improvement. And so that's, you can tell it makes a difference out here. You go from, a 6-3 ball game to a 3-3 ball game when you get rid of those errors. So they've really, really stepped up on that front. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, you guys only have, I think, 2 games scheduled next week. You have rescheduled that Barron County ball game for next Friday over at Barron County. And then you've got Greene County on the road. So you don't have another home game until April 30th against Cumberland County, which I think is the next game we're scheduled to be here for. But you guys, I know you kind of hope to keep this momentum going from this ball game here today.
Yes, I would love to keep the momentum.
Yeah. Well, Katie, we appreciate you coming up. Congratulations on the win. Have a good weekend.
Thank
okay,
you,
this will make that weekend a little bit more fun.
Just a little bit more fun. I'm sure maybe tomorrow we'll have a little more relaxed practice.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
That's Glasgow head coach Katie Arbeck. Her ball club winning it here today by a final score of 5-4 over the Adair County Lady Indians. And we have more coming for you here on the Don Franklin Auto postgame show. We got to tell you about our SCRTC player of the game. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and then we'll come back and do that for you and wrap things up here from Glasgow High School back after a 2-minute timeout on WCLU Sports.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. There are coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Are you looking for a new career where you'll be a part of a family-owned business for over 50 years? Walbert Trucking is a trucking company based right here in Glasgow. With Walbert Trucking, you'll get full benefits, great pay, and 401k. And you'll be home daily. Unlimited possibilities await you. Apply today and become a member of the Walbert Trucking team. 106 Sean Lane in Glasgow, 651-6784.
Back here to wrap things up on the Don Franklin Auto post-game show. Joe Myers with you here. Matt Gum was with us as well on the broadcast. And we need to tell you about our SCRTC player of the game. And we are going with the 7th grade starting pitcher today, Kerrigan Hagan, making her first ever varsity start. And Kerrigan pitches all 7 innings, faced 30 batters, struck out 6, walked none. Gave up 5 runs. 4 of those were earned, or gave up 4 runs, 4 of those were earned. She gave up 5 hits, had 1 wild pitch, and 1 hit batter. And Kerrigan Hagan will be our Kentucky Farm Bureau our SCRTC player of the game, brought to you by South Central Rural Telephone Cooperative. And do want to give honorable mention, though, to Lucy Richardson, who had an outstanding day as well. Lucy was 3 for 4 at the plate and had a run scored and an RBI as well. But our SCRTC player of the game is Kerrigan Hagan. Congratulations to her for that. So our next broadcast is scheduled to be on Tuesday as the Glasgow baseball team will entertain the Warren East Raiders. That will be a 5:30 first pitch over there at Sam Royce Field. Our broadcast will be on the air around 5:20 on WCLU. We invite you to join us for that. We probably will not be able to have a YouTube live stream. We have issues over there at Richardson Stadium trying to get a good enough signal, enough bandwidth to send out a live stream. But we are recording those games for you and putting them on YouTube for playback for anybody who likes to go back and watch them. But we will obviously have the game live on the radio for you, so we invite you to join us for that on Tuesday. Again, a 5:20 broadcast time with a 5:30 first pitch. I want to say thanks to all the folks who helped us out today. Jonathan Talley back at the studio on the board for his production work. We appreciate him. Also want to say thank you to Matthew Clark, our video producer here on our YouTube live stream. And thanks as well to Matt Gum, who had color commentary and kept stats for us here today. Once again, your final score, the Glasgow Lady Scotties pick up win number 2 on the year as they defeated Adair County by a final score of 5-4. I'm Joe Myers. Thanks for listening, everybody.
This has been Lady Scotties Softball on WCLU. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, Walbert Trucking, South Central Bank, HVAC Services, South Central Rural Telecommunications Cooperative, Garcia's Grill, Elmore Realty and Auction, Hardee's, Monticello Bank, TJ Regional Health, McDonald's, and Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers. Glasgow High School Sports is on. Your home for local WCLU.